With the amount of interest and dialogue, the comment section of my most recent competitive tips video, I decided to provide a follow-up video. You know, instead of giving you guys more advice on things you should do, today I want to focus on 4 things you shouldn't do, regardless if you're solo queuing in competitive or running with the team. So overall, guys, welcome to a brand new video. These are the don'ts of competitive. Things you don't want to do. So again, let's get into number 1. So number 1, guys, is going to be focused on one thing. You don't want to do this. Super utilization. What do I mean by super utilization? Well, it's very simple, guys. It's the way you use your super. Now, for those wondering, well, what does Brave mean by the way I use my super? 2 things I want to focus on. Wasting a super and sitting on a super. Similar in some aspects, but play way differently. In a competitive match, a super can be the difference between winning a round and pretty much eating the lives of your enemies, or causing your team to lose because you pop it improperly. So when it comes to using your super, you never want to have a super pop, or you never want to pop your super and have to acquire your enemies. Or if you're trying to acquire them, maybe they're across the map, you pop your super and now you have to engage them out in the open. Those are just 2 things you want to avoid. So utilizing your radar can allow you to pretty much avoid those scenarios. Using your radar can allow you or show you how many enemies are nearby. I can tell you that if your enemies are on your radar and they are close enough for a super activation, by using your radar and knowing how close your enemies are, that right there is going to allow you to avoid having to traverse the map and open areas. If you catch yourself running down an open area, you're playing Widow's Court, you're running down the main, truck lane there, the main lane, you're going to find yourself in a bad situation. You're going to find yourself being shut down by team shuts, or you're going to find yourself sniped. So how to avoid that? If you have to traverse a large part of the map, an open part of the map, a part of the map where you could be potentially team shot or sniped, you want to be able to utilize cover. To pretty much avoid that in general, you want to get close to your enemies to pop your super. Now, getting into the don'ts. That was just one little branch off of that little don't right there. While we're on the topic of supers, guys, the main number 1 don't you don't want to use for this this entire section here. The number 1 don't sit on your super the entire game. I'm not saying once you get your super to pop it, but see it in 2 ways. The sooner you pop your super, the faster you can get it again before the match ends or before the entire game ends. If done properly, you should be able to get 2 supers a game. But if you sit on your super, and if you get it from round 2 and you sit on it all the way to round 5, you're only hurting your team. Supers are great for securing power and securing a power position. If you have ever played Wormhaven, that power ammo position there, that is the power position there. If you need to push an enemy off that position, utilizing your super to get them off is perfect. If you use your super properly, if you get your super in the 2nd round and that game leads up to round number 5, you will have your super again. But if you sit on your super till round 4 and not popping it, forgetting about it, because I see this all the time, guys. I see people sit on their super the entire game. If you sit on it the whole game, you will not get a second chance. Your enemies, if they pop their super early, I promise you they will get a second super before this match ends, which will cause the game to flip and you probably lose. Getting into don't number 2. Don't eat lives. It sounds simple, right? Just don't die. But I feel like there's more to it, right? So how do you hurt your team? If you catch yourself dying and dying and dying and dying, well, you just limited your team to 1 life. If you were a weaker Crucible player, and let me throw out a little tangent here. Guys, I make these videos not to cut anybody down. I call some of these videos Noobs Guide and stuff like that. I don't mean anything by it, but I only want to help people out. I see people go, I can't believe you called somebody a noob. No, my videos are just titled that, but overall, if you guys have ever stopped by my streams, I treat everybody with a lot of respect. But getting back into it, if you're a weaker Crucible player, maybe Crucible isn't your strong point, or maybe you're just having an off day. Dude, guys, we all have off days, man. I've had bad days where I'm just constantly dying. Slow it down. I will always allow the guy who is slaying out to get more opportunities to get some more time out in the field. You know, what I can do for him or them, provide more cover and backup. If I know that I'm playing survival, it's a game of lives. More lives, the better advantage you have. If I stop dying frequently, these are bad situations I'm going into. I will stop and let whoever, Taco5935, get more kills because he right now is sniping everybody. I'm gonna give him more lives because if he dies and comes back, he can probably do it all over again. So don't eat lives. If you catch yourself dying over and over and over, slow it down. Don't eat lives. Getting into don't number 3. Don't repeat your mistakes. What's the saying? Insanity. Doing something over and over and expecting a different result. If you peek a lane and you get your head taken off, why are you going to peek the same lane? If you're going against a team of 3 snipers, obviously they're going to be peeking lanes. Don't peek lanes. If you flank and you get picked off, then you realize you're facing a team who have good radar awareness. Flanks may not be a good option. So mistakes are there so you can learn from them, guys. Do not make the same mistakes over and over and over. That's what I tell people all the time. You peek a lane, you die, don't peek that lane again. Maybe switch your loadouts and do it over again, but you never want to just give up free lives like that because it goes back into the don't number 2. Don't be eating lives for something like that. Don't challenge something you know you have the disadvantage in. So it's a big one right there, guys. Don't repeat the same mistakes. Mistakes are there to learn from and grow from it, right? Getting into the last one, and this one is huge, guys. This is a huge don't. I see this happen a lot in the solo queue playlist. What wins games? Heavy. I'm going to say it again. What wins games? Heavy. Well, Brave, you talked about this in the last video. Heavy wins games. Yes, guys, do not leave heavy there. I can't tell you how frustrating it is seeing your teammates walk past heavy as if it's some sort of Ebola virus. They don't even want to touch it. Look, guys, I don't care if you have Whisper of the Worm on or you're a Titan running around with the Crown Splitter on. Sure, you could probably use a better heavy weapon, but I don't care if you're running those weapons, you better pick that heavy up. Why? I would rather you have that heavy than have somebody shoving a truth down my throat or a hammerhead to my back. If the heavy is in your hands, the heavy is out of your enemy's hands. Well, hopefully you guys like the don't format. I know it's different from my do's, but I can tell you all day what to do. I can do this, do that, but I find it easier for you guys to know the basics of what not to do in survival. Guys, if you haven't seen my other related videos, you can see them in the end screen when we get there. You know, if you guys haven't subscribed, it's free, guys. You know, maybe you've seen my other videos, maybe you enjoy my content, maybe you didn't realize you weren't subscribed. Do that now. And remember, guys, do me a huge favor. If you guys haven't followed me on Twitch, I stream, you know, randomly throughout the week. I'm trying to get back into streaming more often. You guys can pick my brain in there. If you haven't followed me on Twitter or Instagram, that'll be down in the comment section. Do that now. Other than that, guys, these are just some of my don'ts out there. These are the things that I've noticed in solo comp or when I'm running with teams where I'm helping somebody get 5,500 points. Guys, these are the things I've noticed that if you can just pull these into your game, these don'ts, it'll help you become a better player. I can tell you what to do all day, but I find it easier to tell you what not to do. Just don't do this and you're fine. Don't do this and you're fine. Don't do this and you're fine. If you guys remember, if you guys haven't seen my other comp videos, go check them out. Other than that, guys, you have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hey, did you enjoy the video? Click right there for a random video. Click right there for my latest video. Stay up to date with BRAVExHERO. If you haven't followed me on Twitch, I recommend it. Go do it right now. Twitch.tv/BRAVExHERO. New to the channel, subscribe button right there. Click it. Do it now. I'll see you guys in the next video.